Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. All right, so hi, I'm Mr. Bachman, and I teach band here at Franklin and at Emerson Field and Carpenter. And I brought my friends along with me today to introduce the members of the instrument families here and to invite you to join the band. Did you guys like the concert last week?
Yeah!
That was super fun. Those Emerson kids were having a great time, not just because they were getting to miss school for the day to go do concerts, but we were on tour. We were at Franklin Field and Carpenter all on the same day. You guys were our last performance of the day, so they were super excited to end the day with you. But what you didn't see is all the hard work that went into that performance. We practice a lot, we practice really hard, and have fun doing it. And making music with your friends, just like we're about to do here, is probably the best part about learning an instrument. Obviously, it's good to learn the notes and the rhythms, but we have so much fun together as the kids did last week. So I'm going to I introduced myself, and let's see who I brought with me.
Yeah, so my name's Mr. Yoon. I teach over at Lincoln.
It's kind of a local
Franklin.
Personality around here.
And also Franklin, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Sutter. I teach at Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Washington.
Love this class already.
And I'm Mr. Teeter. I teach here in Field and Emerson.
One of us didn't get applause.
Oh.
I was talking and it's okay. So no, my feelings are not hurt. So we're gonna play a song here featuring some of the instruments. It's a tune you might know off the radio, and if you know it, go ahead and hum along or sing along and tap along. Here we go. Two, three, Hey, how about that? You can hear stuff that phenomenal and awesome. Let's try it again, Mr. Ian. Ready? Let's give him another chance. Ready? You hear this? And then the crowd goes wild, right? Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, all right, we're going to introduce you to the members of the first family of instruments, the woodwind family, and that licorice stick thing there.
Yeah, this is the licorice stick. It's the most delicious of all of the woodwind family. Just kidding. This is actually called a clarinet.
Yeah, clarinet.
All of these woodwind instruments, the name woodwind is sort of misleading. Some of these instruments are made of wood, but most of them aren't. Like this one is made of plastic. Some clarinets are made of wood. The saxophone is made of yellow brass. It's a metal material. The flute is a silver-plated metal material as well. But when we talk about woodwinds, what we're talking about are long tubes that have a lot of holes in them. And we cover all those holes with lots of our fingers. No toes, just fingers. You've all played a recorder instrument this year, which is another type of woodwind instrument. So let's do a quick review. Put your left hand up. Show me a B, A, G. Do it again. B, A, G. Cool. Can you hold this for just a second, please? Thank you. So if I take that B, A, G and I put it on the recorder instrument, look what happens. It covers those holes up exactly because every woodwind instrument sort of works the same way. Right? Across buttons. If you can do that on the recorder, then you can do that on the clarinet, you can do that on the saxophone, you can do it on the flute too, but you hold it up sideways with the flute. It's in a transverse fashion. You can play lots of fast notes. You can play high sound. You can play songs from video games.
Here we go.
That's when you have to blow into the cartridge.
Just a show of hands, who has seen the new Mario movie? Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. If you haven't seen it, there's still time. You should go see it. It's really fantastic. I'm going to pass the microphone over to Mr. Yoon, who's going to tell you all about
What is this instrument?
Saxophone.
Yeah, right. Oh, very good. Very enthusiastic. I love it. So, just like the clarinet, the saxophone is a woodwind instrument, right? A tube with holes. This one, it's got all these different pads that we cover up to get different sounds, okay? I want everyone to take a really close look right here at the top of my mouthpiece. We've got something on here called a reed, all right? And a reed is a very thin piece of wood, and when we attach it to the mouthpiece and we blow air through that instrument, that very thin piece of wood vibrates and it creates the sound and it creates the music. And those sounds can be super low. It's going to be kind of loud. It could be pretty in the middle. Or way up top. A little bit about what the saxophone sounds like. To give you a better idea, I've got a pretty famous song that I think we've heard before, especially in this class. And that was, of course, yeah, right? Very nice, very nice. So that is a little bit about the saxophone. I'm going to pass it over to Mrs. Hutter, who's going to tell you about a different instrument.
The next woodwind instrument is the flute, and unlike the clarinet and saxophone, the flute does not use a reed in order to produce the sound. Instead, we blow across the tone hole here, kind of like if you're blowing through a pop bottle to get that really low sound. If you blow straight into that pop bottle, it's not going to get any sound out like this. No sound really comes out. But if you blow across it, then you get a sound like this. Now if I do it on the flute here, watch me, sometimes I want to be a trombone player. Then when I put the head joint on the flute, just like the clarinet and the saxophone, the more fingers that I press down, the lower the sound. And now I fly away. Here's an explosive song for you. Let's see if you recognize it.
Clap for the flute playing or the phenomenal dancing going on behind you. They were kind of caught there, but it's really the flute. Let's do it one more time, please.
And there's also one more flute player in this room besides me. Anybody know who it is?
Mrs. Carlson.
Yes, Mrs. Carlson also plays the flute. Maybe she'll even join in with us in the next
Miss
song.
Carlson. That's what you say with the strong voice. Like, Miss Carlson. Miss Carlson.
Right, exactly. Let's all say it. Ready?
Miss Carlson.
Now let's give her a big warm welcome. We'd like to bring you to the stage. No, this is great. One more friend to play with. There we go. Oh, we need your help, right?
Yeah, we need your help. Snap along with me. Stay with me, though.
Wait, keep snapping. Hold on, keep going. One important part's not there.
If you can't snap, you just do the motion anyway. That's all right. Here we go. Here we go. And 1, 2. You know what to do.
Now it's your turn. Ready? Taylor Swift right here, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor Swift.
Is anyone going to Taylor's concert? Anyone have tickets?
Me, I think.
You think?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
Miss
Listen, if you have tickets and you get sick, just give me a call. Let me know. I'd be happy to take them off your hands.
Oh. You don't know.
All right, so that was. Let's give it up one more time for the Woodwind family. So the percussion family, the biggest difference is to play on a percussion instrument. Percuss means to strike. So anything that you hit to make a sound. You have even the buckets that we do and all these kind of things that we have all over the room. Drums, tambourines. You saw those fabulous Emerson percussionists last week. One song they play snare drum, and then the next song they got to go over and play bells. They're moving all around back there. It is the one instrument of all the instruments in band and orchestra that there is what we call a prerequisite. You have to have a little bit of piano experience in order to sign up, because it's not just drums. Drums are a part of percussion. We're not drummers, we're percussionists. And so that involves you starting on two instruments, which you see right here. You would have the option of renting these if you sign up for percussion. The practice pad, which eventually becomes a snare drum later on. Some kids are getting those now going into 6th and 7th grade. It's a little bit lighter to carry around, and it's better for your technique. And then if you notice, this is a xylophone. This is the one we have here at Franklin. Don't worry, you don't have to rent this and then bring it back and forth from home. You would have one of these at home. That'd be really caveated back. You have one of these at home, and then we have it right down, our lessons are right down the road from here, right down next to the main office in room 90. So it's laid out like a piano is what I meant to say. The black keys there, the white keys there. It's just all brown here, but it's the same concept. So let's impress Mrs. Carlson with your rhythm knowledge. How many beats is a quarter note? Just say it.
4.
Well, let's try to take 2. How many beats is a quarter note? 1. How many beats is a half note?
2.
What about a whole note?
4.
Bonus question, dotted half note.
3.
Ooh, like it. So, who are the piano players again in the room? Did I ask this already? I'm sorry if I didn't. So, piano will help you with any instrument. Okay, you have to have it for here, but if you do it, but everything that Mr. Cabot and Mrs. Carlson have shown you in music class here, and Mr. Yoon, because you seem to be like a cult hero here. So, that's all you need to join band or orchestra is everything you've learned here. But piano, again, the requirement for percussion. The practice pad here, and on any drum instrument, how do I get this? If this is a quarter note, that's a half note, that's a whole note. That's 3 whole notes tied together with 4 dots after it. It doesn't matter. It's still the same note. How do I get this to last for a long time? How do I get this to go ta?
Can you hit it faster?
Yeah, you're on the right track. Let's see if can somebody build on that answer?
Is it kind of go slow and then fast?
Yeah, I'll take what you're almost there.
Hit it harder.
Hit it hard. I do all those things, and when I do it faster, somebody in the last class was like, you do this, and it is. It's called a drum roll, right? Have you ever heard of a drum roll? Right. The fast version is that. But when I was little, and I started many moons ago, I started actually when I was 5 years old. My parents thought it would be a really good idea to give a 5-year-old a drum set. And so it morphed into this, and then piano and everything else is history. But you see us as adults and teachers and musicians and stuff, but we were kids once too, and it's really important on our journey. I started when I was really young like that. Mr. Yoon, who is much younger, but he was even younger at one point.
Yeah, I started at the exact same time that you will be if you decide to join band in the 5th grade.
Isn't that cool? Mrs. Hutter, what about you?
I started playing flute in 6th grade.
I was in 5th grade, was 10 years old. I met a saxophone, I fell in love.
And they're still together to this day. Yeah. So, no, so I started when I was 5, and then at age 7, I started learning the drum roll. And because I was 7, my teacher taught me the story about the little engine that could, the choo-choo going up the hill. And a drum roll, even at that fast speed, all it is right, left, left. So check this out. As it gets faster, you just kind of lose control of the stick. And I hate to give up control. I'm kind of a control freak. But listen to that train get faster. Watch my sticks. Now the stick is doing all the work, and I'm just having a conversation. I'm not doing anything. Can I go faster? Can I go faster? Can I go faster?
Yeah.
That's about it on a practice pad. Do you think I'm still doing right, left, left? Watch. Okay. So it's kind of cool, right? I'll take applause for that. But here, you want to know the neat part? You actually learn that as part of being in the 5th grade band and percussion section. Our students right now, they learned how to just get that basic bounce feel even before Christmas. So it's kind of cool. It's not going to be that clean, but you're going to have the concept of the roll. Yeah.
So we did a thing where we learned about improvising. They just improvise right now. When they did the train things.
The train, yeah, they just kind of added that. Yeah, it's become part of the show. I think that came into the show on Wednesday or so. But we've been improvising all week. In fact, there might be things today that we don't even know is coming.
You'll see.
So we'll see. So with this, like I said, it's laid out like a piano. So all your scales, all your patterns, and all that kind of stuff. Same kind of stuff. And then really old songs. I like this one. It's from the 1800s. I am not from the 1800s. I am old, but not that old. But this is kind of a fun one. See if you can follow along. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Uh-oh. Some of my students just send me their piano music. It's all the same. Yeah, quick question.
I played that song on the piano.
Do you know what it's called?
Isn't it called like Hungarian Rhapsody?
Hungarian Dance. Yeah, Hungarian Dance number 5. He wrote some other ones, but that's one of the most popular. So that's great. All right, are we ready? So that was the percussion family. What do we have next? We've done woodwinds. We've done percussion.
Brass.
Mr. Cubs, what do you think? Brass, right? Okay. I'm a sax fan, but you look like a nice guy anyway. All right. Mr. Teeter, what is this song about? What are we doing here?
This song is titled after a moving mammal. I think that this one's called the Waltz Walrus.
You think so?
But you'll have to help me remember the title after you hear it.
Well, here we need a little help. I brought a friend along. This might give away the song. So let's see here. You look like a very nice person. Can you babysit him for a second during the song? Okay. What do you think? Is that okay? Okay, he blinked. So he's motion activated. Isn't it neat? I took it from my wife, so I have to give it back to her. My wife really likes it. But let's get a steady beat going, guys. Everybody ready? Okay, watch him. He's kind of frisky. Ready? 2 and 1, 2. Here it is. Dance ramp. Oh, sorry. Dance monkey.
It's a monkey.
Is he okay?
Monkey, that's it.
Let's see. Did you like that? Did you? Now he closed his eyes.
It just starts.
We never know what we're gonna get out of this guy. All right, we're turning you off. All right, let's learn about some brass stuff.
Right. So, the brass instruments, all right? All of these brass instruments work in a pretty similar way, okay? It all starts right here with the mouthpiece. This is really what's creating the music and that sound that you're hearing. Now, I'm going to play you the mouthpiece. I need everyone in here to keep a straight face because it's kind of a silly sound and I want everyone to be super serious about this, all right? Here we go.
That was
I
beautiful.
feel like a lot of us didn't keep that straight face. Yeah, but this is really the sound. Check out what happens when I'm buzzing like that, but then I put it on the trombone. So really, the trombone is basically amplifying the sound that you are hearing in here, okay? The other way that we can get different notes is I can change the amount of tubing. As the trombone gets lower, as you add more tubing, the air is going to travel farther, the sound gets lower. Check this out. Do you hear that? Do you hear that when it got lower? Yeah, the notes got lower? Yeah. One other thing we could do, we could change the tension in our lips to get different notes going up and down. We can go even really low like that. Let's see. The trombone can do race car noises. If somebody tells a bad joke, anyone got a bad joke?
You know, I heard this. I heard this rumor about butter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spread it.
There is one more song on the trombone that I want you to listen to. Sing along, please. That was, of course, yes! Very nice. All right, that was a little bit about the trombone. I'm going to pass it over to learn.
Alright. Next brass instrument that we have, this is called the French horn. And the French horn has a smaller mouthpiece than the trombone, so it creates a higher sound. So if you listen really carefully, when I buzz into the mouthpiece, it's going to sound like a tiny mosquito's in the room.
Where is it? Where is it? Got it.
Got it.
Oh my God.
So unlike the trombone, the French horn doesn't have a slide, but what we do have is all this tubing. So if you take the slide of the trombone, then all that tubing coils into And there are 4 different valves that we push down. Okay, the more valves that I push down, the more tubing the air goes through to create a lower sound, just like this. What's going on over there?
What?
Who are you saying hi to?
Hey guys.
It is a very shiny instrument, you're right.
Oh.
So the French horn is a very
We really
heroic
weren't doing
sound.
anything that time.
what's happening.
The French horn is a very heroic sound. So I hope that you choose French horn to be part of your world. going to introduce is the
Trumpet.
So the trumpet works the same way. All the brasses work the same way. The buzzing. Are you okay now? You're covered.
I'll be okay.
Man, he's had to bounce back. It's a nice thing he's got a friend.
He's got a friend.
With him, so.
What's his name?
Just makes me feel like I want to be where the people are.
What's his name?
What's his name?
What's his name?
Oh,
The bear? I don't know. It's Mrs. Carlson.
It's XOXO.
Fuzzy. The
It's-
bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
It's Fuzzy
Fuzzy Wuzzy, well,
Fuzzy Deluxe.
I wish I
Fuzzy
had
Deluxe.
I wish I had a famous bear song to play right now. I can't. We're not there. It's a long week. So, the buzzing is the same, all that kind of stuff, just a different size mouthpiece. All your Peaches songs and everything can be in there. But did you see? And I played the trumpet a little bit. Did you see the trumpet get longer?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Okay, I didn't. It's kind of stationary as far as that's concerned, but it does move similarly to the trombone. You see the trombone get longer. I have buttons that I press that correspond to his slide position. So I have 3 valves or buttons here. There's 7 different combinations, and every time, like here, if I press that one, the air has to take a little detour. Every time I do these 7 combinations, they match up with what Mr. Yuna's doing, and then when I use the air speed and the lip tension to make the different notes, we get the same stuff. Check it out. And now I have to go the full distance when all the valves are open like that. So trumpet is a bold and brassy sound. You saw some great Emerson trumpets that we had to play for you last week. You see it in orchestras, bands, jazz bands, rock bands even. But my favorite is down in New Orleans for some jazz. Here we go. 1, 2. You have? Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
Food, people, music, it's everything, man.
On the baskets.
Well, they do that, but they have like actual musicians in the street down there too. And a lot of them you may have heard this. What's that, Edson? That's another trumpet.
That's A.
That's a silver trumpet. Just a different color, different brand. Does anyone know the name of that one?
Silver trumpet.
When the Saints, like the New Orleans Saints, like the football team. All right, that went over terribly. Oh no, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. We got one more, and then we're done with you.
We've got one more instrument for you. This is not the tuba. This is actually called the baritone. And if you can't decide between the trombone or the trumpet, then this might be the right choice for you. The baritone actually sounds exactly like the trombone. It actually plays on the same exact mouthpiece and it plays low, but it uses the same exact valves as the trumpet. And I can play low sound. And if you choose to if you want to play tuba one day, we actually start you on baritone, and then once you get big enough and tall enough, then we give you a tuba to switch over sometime in 6th, 7th, 3rd, right? Okay. So we are going to play, or I am going to play a song from the Dark Side.
Ooh.
What song was that?
The Empire's March.
Empire's March from Star Wars. You
Let's
got
go
Hey, did you guys get those papers in your class already? Have you seen these yet? No? Okay. All right, so listen, we had a...
I have a high ground.
Hey, listen up, we gotta get going. We gotta get going here. So, there is a chance for you to sign up and try instruments when you take these home, which... Guys, I can't finish if you're not paying attention. Okay? So, when you take these home, which is not that long from now, because it's not every day you come home and say, hey, Mom, I want to play the French horn, right? So, you gotta get this in. Circle the 2 or 3 while it's fresh in your head if you have a second of what you want to try. And then Tuesday night at Emerson, we had one last night at Lincoln. I don't think there were, I didn't see any Franklin people there, but Tuesday night, anytime between 4 and 7. You don't have to stay for the full 3 hours, but just come. If you say, hey, I really want to play clarinet, I know that clarinet's my spirit instrument, that's what I want to do, you'll be out in like 15, 20 minutes. It will not be a full thing. They'll talk about the rentals, about lessons, all that stuff. You'll get to see us again, ask us more questions. We're kind of out of time at this point. But did you have fun?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. There's some practice involved, but man, the payoff is great. So, all right, we got one more tune for you. I don't know if your teacher's here to take you away, but we're going to play. We got a little bit of this song, which I'm sure you know from the radio. Let me see if she's out there. Yeah, they can. This is the last one. Yeah. Is the teacher here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll get the last song. So
Yeah, we'll play out.
we'll play out. So we'll give Miss Carlson. You give them the cue when they gotta go. Go, Mister.
Here
Take
we
it.
go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
All right, Tuesday at Emerson. Okay, Tuesday night. That's where it starts. My daughter put that on. Hey, there you go. Hey, we were just kind of finishing, so thank you for what grade are you?